Hola and greetings, Chair Taylor and members of the committee. My name is Nathaniel Hudson-Hartman, transplanted Beavertonian, but I drive all over our great Beaver State, not just transporting people as a proud rideshare driver of nearly 8 years, but as an organizer with Drivers Union Oregon, talking to hundreds of low-income, essential rideshare workers, many of whom, like myself, come from Black, Brown, and immigrant communities. We speak with a collective voice, and we are here to say, please, please help us. No worker should ever have to choose. No worker should ever have to choose between their health and their income. But I, like many of us, have had to take unpaid time off from work when I was sick for weeks with COVID, and when my sister and father were both in poor health near the end of their lives. And I can also speak to what it's like to wake up and turn on your app, only to find out you've been terminated. Most times without a clear explanation why, or the right to representation. It happened to me right after my father passed away, and I was devastated to know that all it took was canceling a trip out of grief. You see, not only are the TNC's algorithms arbitrarily setting different pay rates for different drivers, particularly outside of Portland, but they are also determining who gets to keep their jobs. One of my siblings in rideshare, like many who cannot afford to be here today, Ali, a 5-star driver, legally changed his name as part of embracing his true self. He was then shamefully accused of falsifying documents and deactivated. Ali is also learning fluency in English, like many of our drivers, and then found out what thousands of other drivers all over our nation have already learned. You then get sent to the TNC's unfair, culturally biased, and utterly frustrating appeals process full of copied and pasted responses that make you question whether or not you're texting. Yeah, that's right, texting a real person. And now Ali, but even more heartbreaking, his wife and 4 children had their livelihood cut off and are now drowning in debt. Throughout our time together in Salem, you're going to hear stories from the TNCs and their sympathizers of the negative impacts of this legislation. Well, just ask Ali and his family how negative things have been. They say driver pay is high. Tell that to families like Joshua Kelvin's, who was working 7 days a week and they were still barely scraping by. Or my sibling Joe, who could also not be here today, who had no sick time or family leave to draw from when his son was born. These are the stories that truly matter. The stories of our amazing statewide driver community who need Senate Bill 1166 to pass this session and can no longer wait for the same rights that all workers deserve: to earn a fair and living wage, protections from unjust and wrongful deactivation, which just means termination by an app in our universe, benefits like paid sick time and family medical leave, and to have a voice. And that diverse community of drivers hailing from literally all over the world, speaking a myriad of different languages, also require continued support from a culturally competent organization with experience advocating for our workers that puts drivers first. So let us please work together. Let us all work together to send a strong message that out-of-state big tech companies don't get workers' rights exemptions, and that Oregonians demand fairness and equity for essential rideshare workers and our beloved passengers. Thank you.
Thank you.